Hi, welcome to Ropes and Engineering, where we're going to be doing a bunch of 60-day challenges. First one's going to be 60 days to the SCCA Solo Nationals. Before we get started working on the car, let's go through the history of the car. I bought this car earlier this year, around January, and I've done a few things to it. When I first bought the car, it had a horrible exhaust. It was really loud and droned on the highway. It was just not comfortable. I have since ordered and replaced it with a factory unit that I bought used. Another thing I've done to the car while I've had it is I've had to replace one of the coolant pipes that bolt to the engine. I was in the middle of my second autocross with the car and it just started smoking. I was able to drive it home, didn't smoke anymore, put it up on jack stands, couldn't find anything wrong with it, drove it out, noticed that the engine coolant was low. I topped off the coolant, and while on the jack stands, I went ahead and started it up and let it run for a while to get the engine up to speed. Revved it up a few times and noticed that the coolant was leaking from a plastic pipe that was bolted to the engine. Once I got the new plastic pipe, I bolted that in, and we were good for a while. It's been sitting on jack stands here for about 2 months now, so you can see that it's covered in dirt. Hopefully I can get the car back on the ground before Nationals in time to do some testing and tuning. It really sucked to have to go to Nationals with just an untuned car. I've only just started doing the front suspension. Right here, you can see I've got the knuckles taken off on the front. Still need to drop the front subframe. I'm going to be replacing the sway bar. We're also going to be doing a full coolant system and replacing the condensers on the AC system while we're at it. It's all 15 years old. Got a whole lot of work to do up front. In the back, we've got similar. We're going to do a full suspension rebuild on the back. We're also going to be doing a bunch of work on the engine. Again, the cooling system. Here you can see what's left of the front suspension. Still need to drop the subframe, but that's going to require disconnecting some of the pipes that you can see there for the coolant and a couple other little screws. I still haven't received the coolant pipes that bolt to the front subframe. Hopefully they arrive this week so I can put them in next weekend. Here you can see I've been removing some of the clear brawl, but I've also been removing some of the paint, and I need to get that fixed. Not necessary for the Nationals, but want it to look good. Here you can see my wall of parts. I've got my Coney shocks for the front already built up. I've also got my sway bar down in the bottom left corner there, along with some spare wheels and tires for my daily driver. So here you can see I've managed to drop the subframe. It's over here on the ground. Tomorrow, I'm going to start working on removing this pipe right here. There's one on the other side. Connects into these coolant hoses that split the flow into the radiator. So I'll be removing all of that tomorrow and start putting that back together. Unfortunately, I can't put the subframe back in until I get those new coolant pipes